The rain hammered against the window like it was trying to break in. And I swear I felt every drop echoing in my chest. Bella Thompson had never been the type to let the storm pull her under. But tonight, with the city lights blurring into streaks of gold and red outside her Queens apartment, she wondered if the thunder was just her own heart finally cracking open. Then the door flew open. And there she was, soaked to the bone. Eyes wild like she'd run from something she couldn't name. Lucy Hale didn't knock. She never did. Not with friends. Not with strangers who looked like they needed saving. At 32, she'd learned that hesitation was just another word for regret. Especially in a place like New York where the night swallowed people whole. She'd spotted Bella across the crowded bar in Astoria earlier that evening, nursing a gin and tonic like it was her last confession. Bella, with her neat bob of chestnut hair pinned back just so. The kind of woman who graded papers until midnight and dreamed of quiet suburbs she'd never quite reach. Lucy had slid onto the stool next to her, dripping from the downpour outside. Her camera bag slung over one shoulder like a shield. "You look like you're waiting for the world to end," Lucy had said, her voice cutting through the murmur of laughter and clinking glasses. No hello. No small talk. Just that. Direct as a shutter click. Bella had glanced up. Startled. Her hazel eyes narrowing behind wire-rimmed glasses. Maybe it is. Or maybe I'm just trying to remember what dry feels like. She forced a smile. The one she used on reluctant freshmen. But it didn't reach her eyes. 35 years old. Teaching English to kids who barely cared about Austin. And here she was. Alone on a Friday because her latest almost relationship had fizzled into polite texts and unanswered calls. Mark. The accountant with the steady job and zero spark. Safe. But suffocating. Lucy laughed. A sound like wind chimes in a gale. And ordered 2 more drinks without asking. Dry is overrated. What means you're alive? She shook out her blonde curls, sending droplets flying. And Bella watched them arc like tiny stars. There was something magnetic about Lucy. The way her faded denim jacket hung loose over a threadbare Ramones tee. The faint ink peeking from her sleeve. A swirl of vines that spoke of roads untraveled. Freelance photographer? Lucy had said when Bella asked. Chasing light and stories across the country. California girl at heart. But New York had her hooked. Or so she claimed. They talked for hours. The bar emptying around them like sand through fingers. Bella confessed her love for rainy mornings with coffee and dog-eared novels. How she envied the characters who leaped without looking. Lucy shared tales of sunsets in the Southwest. Portraits of strangers who'd bared their souls for a lens. People are puzzles, Lucy said, leaning in close enough that Bella caught the scent of jasmine and rain. You just have to find the pieces that fit. By last call. The storm had worsened. Subways delayed. Cabs scarce. Crash at mine, Bella heard herself say. The words tumbling out before reason could catch them. It was practical. She told herself. Just a few blocks away. But as they stumbled through the downpour, arms linked against the wind, something shifted. Lucy's hand lingered on Bella's waist, steadying her on the slick sidewalk. And Bella didn't pull away. The apartment was a sanctuary of soft lamps and stacked books. The kind of space that whispered comfort. Bella flicked on the kettle. Handed Lucy a towel. Watched as she peeled off the wet jacket to reveal the lean lines of her arms. Marked by faded scars from climbing desert rocks. Thanks, Lucy murmured. Her blue eyes locking on Bella's with an intensity that made the room feel smaller. For the save. It's nothing. Bella busied herself with mugs. But her pulse thrummed. She wasn't sure what this was. This pull toward a woman she'd just met. But it felt like stepping off a ledge. They settled on the couch. Steam rising from chamomile tea. The rain a relentless curtain outside. Conversation flowed easier here. Away from the bar's haze. Lucy spoke of her ex. A musician who'd chased fame to LA and left her with a broken lease and a box of undeveloped film. Love's a gamble, she said softly, tracing the rim of her mug. Sometimes you lose the shirt off your back. Bella nodded. thinking of her own string of men who promised forever but delivered fade-outs. I keep betting on safe. But safe feels like settling. The admission hung there. Vulnerable. And Lucy reached out. Her fingers brushing Bella's knee. Light at first. Then firmer. A question in the touch. Time blurred. One moment they were laughing over shared stories of awkward family holidays. The next Lucy was closer. Her breath warm against Bella's ear. What if safe isn't what you need tonight? Lucy whispered. And Bella's world tilted. She should have said no. Should have blamed the wine. The storm? The loneliness. But Lucy's lips met hers. Soft and insistent. Tasting of tea and possibility. Bella froze. Then melted. Her hands finding Lucy's shoulders. Pulling her in. It was a kiss like falling. Reckless and right. They moved to the bedroom in a tangle of limbs and shed clothes. The air thick with the scent of rain-soaked skin. Bella's tank top hit the floor. Followed by Lucy's tea. And suddenly there was nothing between them but heat and hesitation. Lucy paused. Searching Bella's face. We can stop. But Bella shook her head. Heart pounding. Don't. And then Lucy was above her. Straddling her hips with a grace that stole Bella's breath. Her hands pinning Bella's wrists gently to the pillows. The weight was unexpected. Thrilling. A surrender Bella hadn't known she craved. Lucy's eyes held hers. Fierce with desire and something deeper. A recognition. You're beautiful, Lucy breathed. Leaning down to kiss her neck. Her collarbone. Mapping Bella's body like a landscape she'd always known. Bella arched beneath her. Gasps turning to sighs. The room fading to the rhythm of their shared breaths. Lucy moved with confidence. Hands exploring. Lips following. Drawing out whimpers Bella didn't recognize as her own. It was overwhelming. This unraveling. The way Lucy seemed to see straight to her core. When release came. It crashed over Bella like the storm outside. Leaving her trembling. Spent. Lucy collapsing beside her with a contented hum. They lay there after. Sheets twisted around them. The rain easing to a patter. Lucy traced lazy circles on Bella's stomach. Her voice a murmur in the dark. That was. You okay? Bella turned. Meeting those blue eyes. Now soft with afterglow. More than okay. Terrifying. But okay. She laughed quietly. The sound shaky. What now? This wasn't her. Wasn't the plan. But as Lucy pulled her close. Tucking her head under her chin. Bella let herself sink into the warmth. Just for tonight. Morning light crept in. Gray and forgiving. Bella woke to the smell of coffee. Lucy already up. Padding around the kitchen in one of Bella's oversized sweaters. Hey. Sleepy, Lucy said. Handing her a mug with a grin that lit the room. Pancakes? I make a mean stack. Bella sat at the counter. Watching Lucy flip batter with easy flair. The domesticity surreal after the night's intensity. You don't have to stay, she said. Though her voice lacked conviction. Lucy slid a plate over. Golden edges crisp. Who said anything about leaving? She leaned across the counter. Stealing a kiss that tasted like syrup and promise. Bella's doubts flickered. But the warmth won out. They ate in companionable silence. Knees brushing under the table. The city humming back to life outside. By noon. The sun broke through. And Lucy suggested a walk in Astoria Park. Clear your head, she said. Lacing their fingers as they stepped out. The air was crisp. Leaves crunching underfoot. Families picnicking on the grass. Bella stole glances at Lucy. The way sunlight caught her hair. Turning it to honey. This felt real. Not a dream she'd wake from. But as they sat on a bench overlooking the East River. Manhattan's skyline sharp against the blue. Reality intruded. Bella's phone buzzed. A text from her sister, dinner tonight? Bring Mark? She silenced it. But the weight settled. I should tell you, Bella said. Voice low. Last night. I've never done this. With a woman. Lucy squeezed her hand. Unfazed. Doesn't make it less real. She paused, her thumb stroking Bella's knuckles. But if it's too much. I get it. No pressure. It wasn't too much. Not yet. They spent the afternoon wandering, stopping for falafel from a truck, laughing over seagulls stealing fries. Lucy snapped photos with her phone. Candid shots of Bella mid-bite, wind-tousled and free. For my collection, she explained, showing Bella the screen. In the image, she looked alive, unguarded. As evening fell, they returned to the apartment, the pull between them reigniting like embers. This time, slower, more deliberate. Lucy let Bella lead. Their touches exploratory, learning the map of each other. Bella marveled at the softness of Lucy's skin, the way she sighed under her fingers. It was a dance, tentative and profound, ending in whispers and tangled limbs. Lying awake later, Lucy asleep beside her, Bella stared at the ceiling. What was this? A fling? A revelation? Her mind raced through tomorrow's parent-teacher conferences, lesson plans, the life she'd built brick by careful brick. Could it hold this wildness? The next day brought Monday's grind. Bella dressed in her sensible blouse and slacks, kissing Lucy goodbye at the door. Text me? Lucy asked, vulnerability cracking her bravado. I will. And she did. Throughout the day, a meme about coffee addiction during third period. A photo of her chalkboard scrawl. Lucy replied with shots from a shoot in the village. Models and flowing scarves against brick walls. Weeks blurred into a rhythm. Coffee runs in hidden cafes. Late nights where Lucy edited photos on Bella's couch while she graded essays. They cooked pasta in cramped kitchens. Argued over indie films. Made love with increasing familiarity. Bella felt herself opening. Petals to sun. But shadows lingered. Whispers at school about the glow on her face. A colleague's knowing glance. And deeper? The fear, what if this was just a phase? A storm passing? One evening, over takeout tie in the living room, Lucy set down her chopsticks. Come with me this weekend. Upstate. I've got a cabin rental. Old family spot. Just us. No city noise. Bella hesitated. Fork midway to mouth. I have papers due. Bring them. We'll unplug. Lucy's eyes pleaded. That blue depth pulling her in. She went. The drive north was 2 hours of winding roads. Trees arching overhead like cathedral vaults. The cabin was rustic. Wood beams and a stone fireplace, overlooking a lake that mirrored the autumn sky. They arrived as dusk fell. Leaves aflame in oranges and reds. That night? Fire crackling. They wrapped in blankets on the porch. Lucy played guitar. Soft chords weaving through the chill air. Songs of lost loves and found homes. Bella leaned against her, head on shoulder. The world narrowing to this. But peace fractured like thin ice. The next morning, as mist rose from the lake, Bella's phone rang insistent. Her mother, voice tight with concern. Bella. Honey. Your sister mentioned you're seeing someone new. Is it serious? After Mark. We just worry. The words landed like stones. Bella stepped inside, away from Lucy's curious gaze, murmuring assurances into the receiver. It's casual, Mum. Nothing to fret over. But the lie tasted bitter. Casual? This felt like rewriting her story. Lucy sensed the shift. Her touches lighter that day as they hiked trails lined with ferns. Everything okay? She asked at a overlook, where the valley stretched endless below. Bella forced a nod. But her chest tightened. Family stuff. They don't get it. Me. Changing. Lucy pulled her close, chin resting on her head. Change is scary. But it's yours. Her voice held a quiet ache, echoing her own ghosts. They drove back Sunday night. Radio humming folk tunes. Hands clasped over the gearshift. The city reclaimed them. Horns blaring. Sidewalks thrumming. At Bella's door. Lucy lingered. Stay? Bella whispered. And they did. Falling into bed with a hunger born of separation. But doubts multiplied. At school. A student cornered her after class. Eyes wide. Ms. Thompson? Are you happy? You seem different. The question pierced. Forcing Bella to confront the mirror, flushed cheeks. A lightness in her step. Was this joy? Or illusion? Lucy threw herself into work. A gallery show looming in Soho. It's my break, she said one night. Pacing the apartment with prints scattered like fallen leaves. Portraits of women reclaiming themselves. You inspired half of them. Bella flipped through the images, faces fierce and fragile. Stories in shadow and light. One caught her, a woman mid-laugh. Eyes crinkled. Echoing her own unguarded moments. This is me. Essentially. Lucy smiled. But tension lined her jaw. The show's Friday. Come? I wouldn't miss it. Bella kissed her. Tasting salt of unspoken fears. The gallery buzzed with art crowd energy. Wine glasses clinking under track lights. Lucy moved like she owned the space. Introducing Bella as my muse, the words sending warmth through her. But eyes lingered. Whispers followed, the photographer and her teacher. An unlikely pair. A critic approached. Sleek in black. Appraising Lucy. Bold work. Hail. Raw. Who's the subject in number 7? She nodded to Bella's portrait. Lucy draped an arm around Bella's waist. Someone who taught me about hidden depths. The woman arched a brow. Intriguing. Depth can drown you. Later. Alone in a corner. Bella exhaled. That was intense. Lucy cupped her face. Worth it. For this. Their kiss was fierce. Claiming. Until applause pulled them apart. The night ended in triumph. Lucy's pieces selling fast. But as they walked home through midnight streets, Bella's mind churned. Depth. Drowning. Was she ready to dive? The following week brought storm clouds. Literal and not. Rain lashed the windows as Bella hosted book club. Colleagues dissecting Bronte over Merlot. Talk turned personal. Probing. New flame. Bella? You look radiant. She deflected with a laugh. But inside. Panic stirred. That night? Lucy arrived late from a client meet. Cheeks flushed from cold. Missed you, she said. Pulling Bella into a hug that lingered too long. They made love on the living room floor. Urgent and unscripted. Clothes shed in a trail to the rug. Lucy's body over hers again. That familiar weight now a comfort. Her movements a language of need. Bella clung to her. Nails digging into back. Chasing oblivion. Afterward. Curled together. Lucy's voice broke the quiet. I love this. Us. The words hung. Heavy. Bella's heart stuttered. Love? So soon? Me too, she whispered. But sleep evaded her. Mind replaying the admission like a loop. Morning brought clarity's edge. Over breakfast. Bella set down her toast. Last night. What you said? It's fast. Lucy's fork paused. Too fast? Not too. Just. Real. Bella reached for her hand. I've never felt this. It's scary. Lucy nodded. Eyes steady. Scary's where the good stuff lives. But doubt flickered in her gaze. A shadow Bella hadn't seen before. They pushed forward. Planning a weekend in Boston. Lucy's idea for a photography workshop she was guest leading. Road trip, she enthused. Mapping routes on her phone. Fenway. Lobster rolls. Us. The drive east was a bomb. Highways cutting through fall foliage. Radio blasting mixtapes of Lucy's youth. They stopped at diners. Sharing fries and stories. Bella opening about her childhood in upstate New York. Strict parents who prized propriety. I was the good girl. Always. Lucy squeezed her thigh. Good girls deserve bad ideas. Her wink eased the ache. Boston welcomed with crisp air and brick charm. The workshop was in a loft near the harbor. Aspiring artists clustered around Lucy like moths to flame. Bella watched from the sidelines, pride swelling as Lucy demonstrated light play, her passion illuminating the room. Evenings, they wandered the Freedom Trail, hands brushing in crowds, stealing kisses under gas lamps. One night, at a jazz club in the North End, candlelight flickering over pasta plates, Lucy grew quiet. "This life," she said, swirling wine. "It's nomadic. Shoots in Seattle next month. Maybe. You okay with that?" Bella's fork stilled. "We'll figure it. Distance tests, right?" Lucy's smile didn't reach her eyes. "Yeah. Tests." The return trip soured subtly. Silences stretching longer. Back in New York, routine resumed. But cracks showed. Bella's late nights grating clashed with Lucy's early shoots, arguments sparked over small things, like forgotten dishes or unanswered texts. It culminated one rainy Thursday. Bella came home to find Lucy packing her camera bag. Face drawn. "Gig in Philly tomorrow. Overnight. Come back soon," Bella said, aiming for casual. Lucy zipped the bag, avoiding her eyes. "About that. I need space. To think." The words landed like a slap. "Space? After Boston? It's not you. It's the pace. We're barreling. And I'm scared we'll crash." Lucy stepped closer, touching Bella's arm. "I care. Too much. Maybe." Bella pulled away, chest hollow. "So what now? Pretend?" "No. Just breathe." Lucy kissed her forehead, soft as goodbye, and left. The apartment echoed empty. Bella sank to the couch, tears hot on cheeks. Nights blurred, wine-soaked solitude. Replays of touches. The ghost of Lucy sent on pillows. Work suffered, essays returned with red ink smears from shaky hands. Friends noticed, prying gently. But she deflected, burying in routine. 2 weeks passed. A chasm. Then, a knock at midnight. Lucy, drenched again, eyes red-rimmed. "I can't do space." Bella opened the door, heart fracturing. "Then what?" Lucy stepped in, dripping on the mat. "This." She kissed Bella, desperate, hands framing her face. They stumbled to bed, clothes shedding like old skin. Lucy's body covering hers once more. Urgent and apologetic. "I'm sorry," she gasped between kisses. "I ran because it hurts how much I need you." Bella held her tight, forgiving in the arch of her back, the press of hips. Dawn found them entwined. But words waited. Over coffee, raw and honest, they laid bare. "I'm not good at staying," Lucy admitted, stirring sugar endlessly. "Past burned me. And I'm terrified of breaking my world for this." Bella met her gaze. "But I want to try." Relief washed Lucy's features. Together? Together. They rebuilt slowly. Boundaries drawn, weekly check-ins. Solo nights to recharge. A trip to the Berkshires followed. Cabin by a stream, where they fished and talked till stars wheeled overhead. Lucy captured Bella wading barefoot, water to calves. The shot later framed on her wall, serenity in motion. Winter crept in. Holidays looming. Bella's family dinner in Queens was a minefield, probing questions over turkey. Her father's gruff, "Who's this friend you're bringing?" She introduced Lucy as close, heart-pounding. But her mother's hug was warm. Sisters winked conspiratorial. Lucy's holiday was theirs alone, tree in the apartment. String lights twinkling. Eggnog by the fire escape. "To us," Lucy toasted. Clinking mugs. Bella echoed. Warmth spreading. But undercurrents stirred. Lucy's Seattle shoot approached. A month-long gig. "I'll call every day," she promised, packing with reluctance. The airport goodbye was agony. Embrace fierce amid travelers. Come back to me, Bella whispered. Always. Days stretched. Video calls bridging miles, Lucy's hotel views of Space Needle. Bella's classroom chaos. Letters arrived. Handwritten. Lucy's scrawl pouring affections. Fears. Bella replied with pressed leaves. Book quotes underscoring her longing. Midway. A package, a photo album. Lucy's gift. Pages chronicling them, bar night. Park bench. Boston Harbor. Tucked in back. A note, our story. Unfinished. Bella clutched it. Tears blurring ink. She booked a flight. Surprise visit. Seattle greeted with drizzle. Lucy's hotel a tower of glass. Knocking. Bella's nerves jangled. Door opened. Lucy's gasped pure joy. You. They tumbled inside. Bags forgotten. Bodies reuniting with pent-up fire. Lucy above. Slow and savoring. Drawing sighs like symphonies. Missed this, she breathed. You. The week was stolen magic, Pike Place fish tosses. Ferry rides to islands. Nights in each other's arms. Lucy's shoot wrapped early. And they extended. Hiking Olympic rainforests. Hands linked on mossy paths. Back in New York. Stronger. But life intruded anew. Bella's tenure review loomed. Pressure mounting. Late nights at desk. Lucy's understanding stretched thin. You're fading, she said one evening. Over cold takeout. I'm fighting for us to stay here, Bella snapped. Regret instant. This life. Lucy's eyes flashed. My life's on the road. We can't both chase stationary. The argument escalated. Voices rising. Then falling to hurts unearthed. I need roots, Bella said. Voice breaking. And I need wings. Lucy stood. Jacket on. Maybe we clip each other. Door closed soft. But final. Bella curled on the bed. Sobs racking. Alone again. The apartment a tomb of memories. Weeks dragged. A winter gray. Bella threw into work. Tenure packet pristine. But hollow. Colleagues patted backs. Oblivious to the void. Nights. She scrolled Lucy's feed, shots from New Mexico. Cacti stark against sunset. Captions cryptic. No direct messages. Just echoes. A school play pulled her out, students staging The Tempest, her direction. Rehearsals filled hours. Kids' energy a spark. Opening night. House full. Lights up on Miranda's wonder. Bella watched from wings. Tears pricking. Magic and chaos. Like them. After. A cast party at her place. Laughter-filled rooms. Pizza boxes stacking. In the melee. Her phone buzzed, Lucy. Saw your post. Proud. Break a leg tonight? Heart leaped. Broke it. Come see? Pause. Dots dancing. Maybe. She didn't. But next day. Flowers arrived, daisies. Bella's favorite. Card simple, blossoming without you hurts. El. Hope flickered. Bella texted, coffee? Neutral ground. A cafe in Midtown. Snow dusting sidewalks. Lucy arrived bundled. Cheeks pink from cold. Hi. Awkward shuffle to table. Latte steaming. Talk tiptoed, work. Weather. Then deeper. I miss you, Lucy said. Stirring froth. But I can't be less. Bella nodded. Nor I. But maybe more. Compromise. Eyes met. Possibility sparking. How? Remote shoots. But base is here. Visits planned. Bella's pitch. Rehearsed in mirrors. And you? Guest lecture at school? Photos for lit classes. Lucy leaned in. Smile tentative. Teaching the teacher? Something like. They walked Central Park after. Snow soft under boots. Benches cleared for sitting. Hands brushed. Then held. Try again? Lucy asked. Yes. Re-entry was gentle. Dinner's tentative. Touches rediscovering. Bed shared slow. Lucy's weight familiar anchor. Their rhythm sinking like forgotten melody. Bella sighed into her neck. Release a quiet wave. Spring thawed them. Lucy's schedule adjusted, local gigs. Online edits. Bella cleared space. Weekends free for escapes. A trip to the Cape. Massachusetts beaches windy. They walked dunes hand in hand. Waves crashing confessions. You're my horizon, Lucy said. Sand between toes. Endless. Bella kissed salt from lips. And you're the tide. Pull me out. Back home. Integration deepened. Lucy met Bella's circle, book club dissecting their glow up, friends toasting the pair. Bella visited Lucy's darkroom. Sense of chemicals heady. Watching negatives bloom images. But tests came. Lucy's big offer, 6-month residency in Portland, Oregon. Career maker, she said. Eyes alight. Bella's gut twisted. When? Fall. Time to decide. Summers they traveled light, road trip through Vermont. Maple syrup sticky. Cabins cozy. Nights by fires. Stories swapped. Futures sketched. What if we build 2 homes? Bella mused. Here and there. Lucy traced her palm. Gypsy and grounded. Us. Fall arrived crisp. Airport again. But this time planned. 6 months, Lucy hugged tight. Then we nest. Portland calls came, market scenes. Forest portraits. Bella flew twice. Joining for weekends of craft beer and craft talks. Distance honed appreciation. Calls nightly rituals. Winter break. Lucy home. Snow blanketing city. Holiday markets. Light strung. They shopped for our place, mismatched mugs. Throw blankets. New Year's Eve on rooftop. Champagne bubbly. Countdown to midnight kiss. To horizons, Lucy toasted. This year, Bella added. Ours. Tenure granted spring. Celebration dinner at favorite Italian. Candlelit. Lucy gifted a locket, tiny photo inside. Their first bar night. Keep me close. Bella wore it daily. Talisman. But whispers grew. At school. Principal pulled her aside. Bella. Rumors. Your lifestyle. Parents inquiring. Stomach dropped. It's personal. Discretion. Then. Warning veiled. Home. She unloaded on Lucy. Voice trembling. They're watching. Lucy's arms enveloped. Let them. We're real. Defiance sparked. Bella came out subtly, rainbow pin on bag. Mentions casual. Students noticed. One confiding her own crush. Thanks for being you. MS. T. Ripple effects, support from allies. Side eyes from others. Lucy's show in Chelsea featured their story. Diptych of faces intertwined. Critics raved, intimate revolution. Summer brought crossroads. Lucy's residency ended. Decision time. Over picnic in Prospect Park. Blankets spread. Sandwiches shared. Portland loved me, she said. But New York has you. Stay. Bella's plea soft. Or we go together. Bella pondered. Job secure but portable? Online teaching rising. Maybe. Adventure. Eyes widened. Really? With you? Yes. They scouted, drives upstate. Hudson Valley charm. A farmhouse rental. Views of river. Space for studio and study. Trial, Lucy said. Signing lease. Move was chaos, boxes. Laughs. Sweat. First night in new kitchen. Pasta boiling over. They danced to radio static. Bodies close. Settling unfolded. Bella tutored remote. Kids via Zoom earnest. Lucy's darkroom and barn. Prints drying on lines. Evenings. Porch swings. Sunsets painting sky. Conflicts arose small, Lucy's late edits clashing Bella's routines. Bella's calls interrupting shoots. But talk smoothed, schedules synced. Space respected. Fall deepened bond. Harvest fair nearby. They wandered booths. Caramel apples sticky. Ferris wheel creaking up. At top. City lights below. Lucy turned. Marry me. Breath caught. Ring simple. Silver band-etched vines. Not traditional. But us. Tears welled. Yes. News spread, calls home. Mixed reactions. Mother's pause. Then, if happy. Dear. Father's grunt approval. Friends cheered virtual toasts. Wedding planning light, backyard. Close circle. Autumn leaves confetti. Vows handwritten, Bella's on stories shared. Lucy's on light captured. Ceremony day. Valley golden. They stood under arch of branches. Hands clasped. I see you, Lucy said. Voice steady. All depths. And I follow your lead, Bella replied. Rings exchanged. Reception laughter flowed. Dances barefoot on grass. Night fell. Guests departed. They lingered by fire pit. Embers glowing. Life wove on. Challenges, Bella's remote glitches. Lucy's grant rejections. But joys anchored, holidays hosting family. Tentative bridges built. Spring. A garden planted. Hands dirty together. One morning. Coffee steaming. Lucy watched Bella journal. Regret? Bella smiled. Setting pen. Never. This is the plot twist. Years layered like sedimentary rock. Each marking growth. The farmhouse became home. Walls hung with Lucy's evolving work, cityscapes fading to rural portraits. Bella often muse. Bella's novel emerged. Self-published. Tales of quiet awakenings inspired by their spark. Readings in local libraries drew crowds. Whispers of recognition. Challenges evolved. Lucy's wanderlust ditched, a European tour beckoned. Month in Italy. Come, she asked. Maps spread. Bella weighed, manuscript deadlines. Halfway. Meet in Rome. Separation tested. But reunion electric, Colosseum shadows. Gelato melting on tongues. Hotel nights fervent. Lucy above. Bodies sinking to ancient rhythms. Sighs echoing marble halls. Back stateside. Fertility whispers began. Not planned. But possibility bloomed. Talks over wine, adoption. Fostering. A family, Lucy said. Hand on Bella's belly. Ours. Process arduous, agencies. Home studies. Waits endless. Heartbreaks came. Denial stinging. But persistence won, little Mia. 4. Dark curls and curious eyes. Placed spring. Early days chaos, midnight feeds, bottles. Tantrums tamed with patience. Lucy's lens captured firsts, steps wobbly. Laughs bubbling. Bella read bedtime stories. Voices weaving magic. Parenting reshaped, school runs shared. Playdates with neighborhood kids. Mia's questions innocent, 2 moms. Nods. Hugs. Lucky me. Milestones marked, Mia's kindergarten. Artwork walls. Family trips, national parks. Tents pitched under stars. Around campfires. Songs and esmores. Bonds forged. Ages crept, Bella 42. Lines etching laugh places, Lucy 39. Silver threading blonde. Bodies changed. But desire endured. Softer now. Grateful. Mornings. Coffee kisses. Evenings tangled sheets. Conflict surfaced, Mia's school bully. Taunts of weird family. Bella advocated fierce. Meetings with principals. Lucy photographed community. Rallying support. Resolution came collective, pride events. Allies multiplied. Lucy's career peaked, book deal. Intimate exposures, their story threaded subtle. Tours took her away. But returned sweeter. Mia's arms airplane wide. Bella's teaching shifted, university adjunct. Inspiring future writers. Lectures on narrative arcs. Eyes twinkling at love's inciting incident. One autumn. Decade mark since that rainy night. They returned to New York. Apartment sublet long ago. But bar stood. Astoria unchanged. Neon hum. Inside. Same stools. Martinis ordered. Memory stirred. Too unexpected, Lucy toasted. On top of me, Bella added. Grin sly. Laughter bubbled. Outside. Rain pattered familiar. Walk to old place. Now strangers' lights. Hands linked. Homeward drive. Mia asleep back seat. They talked dreams anew. Europe with her? Lucy mused. Asia next, Bella countered. Endless. Farmhouse welcomed. Bed soft. Tucking Mia. Kisses foreheads. In their room. Undressing slow. Lucy's hands reverent. She straddled. Wait, beloved. Eyes locking. Still can't stop you, Bella whispered. Arching. Never will. Movements tender. Building to crescendo shared. Sighs mingling. After. Curled. Lucy's voice drowsy. Love you. Always. Dawn broke gentle. Birdsong chorus. Bella rose first. Coffee brewing. Watching valley mist lift. Mia patted in. Rubbing eyes. Pancakes. With Mama Lucy? Grins. Kitchen filled, flips. Chatter. Syrup spills. Life's tapestry wove, ordinary extraordinary. Arguments over chores. Reconciliations passionate. Travels with Mia, beaches sandy. Museums wondrous. Holidays evolved, blended families. Tables full. Aging graced, gray embraced. Adventures adapted. Hikes gentler. But views same breathtaking. One evening. Porch swing creaking. Mia teen tall beside. Guitar strumming Lucy's old tunes. How'd you know? She asked. Chords halting. Bella smiled. Arm around. Felt it. Deep. Lucy nodded. Eyes misty. Trust the pull. Years later. Mia college bound. Nest emptying. They traveled light again, trains through Scotland. Highlands misty. Pub nights. Fiddles wild. Dances clumsy laughed. Home. Quiet house echoed steps. But fullness lingered, visits from Mia. Grandkids someday? Reflections came porch sits. Sunset sipped. That night, Lucy said. Head on shoulder. Best storm. Bella kissed temple. Cleared the way. Humanity's thread, imperfections embraced. Love's imperfect perfected. They taught me a resilience. Community. Neighbors' stories shared. Fences mended. Legacy subtle, photos hung. Books shelved. Lives touched. Bella's classes. Seeds planted, Lucy's images. Souls captured. Final years. Health's frailties, Lucy's knee. Bella's eyes. But hands held firm. Walk slow but sure. On a morning much like first. Rain soft. Lucy turned in bed. Still here. Unexpectedly. Bella's whisper. Content. As breath synced. World outside bloomed. Storms passed. Rainbows arched. Love. Enduring. A quiet revolution. In the end. It wasn't grand gestures. But daily graces, a touch. A look. A sigh shared. They left a trail of opened hearts. Proof that vulnerability births strength. That atop one another. We find solid ground.